It's going to be a short one. It's Friday and it's almost towards the end of the day. First of all, thank you. These videos are getting between 700 and 3,000 views without any promotion. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm glad the content is useful. Today on the educational design front, I wanted to mix things up a bit and tell you about something that I implemented, which was not just successful, but really successful. And to share a case study, not just theory, but a case study with you. Please let me know if this is interesting in the comments or by sending a message. Specifically, my former employer, let's see, over there, P&G, I organized an event called Personal Development Days. So on top of my job, we needed to get involved in horizontal initiatives, and one of them was education and training, and one of them was organizing PDD, Personal Development Day. So it's a day for people in supply chain to take further learning and either focus on developing certain skills they wanted to develop in their Know and Grow plan, which is a P&G thing, or do online trainings, go to a physical training, or have another session, for example, with a mentor or with a coach inside the company if you had those. So for the on-site trainings, that's the part I volunteered for. And I said, hey, I want to do it. And there was this great guy, Mateusz, who did this with me, as well as Heather, who let me do it as my boss. And I just finished a program called Innovation Management and Design Thinking as a postgrad program. And I wanted to apply the principles and test them in a real world environment. So first of all, I wanted to understand the participants. The previous event, the previous year, I had 150 participants, and I wanted it to be at least 300. And for the second event, I wanted it to be more, and it was 700 in the end. And to understand the participants, what I did is I scheduled coffees with people all the way from somebody who was in the company for a few months to somebody who was in the company for 15 years. Somebody who was in more administrative role, somebody who was more in a technical role, somebody who was strictly clicking in SAP, somebody who was leading people. And I had about 10 or 15 interviews, about 40 minutes each. Back then you could have a coffee and just take notes. And I wanted to understand their needs, to understand the demand side of organizing an event like that. And it turned out that one of the main thing was priority, making the event like this, making your learning a priority and having the support from your manager. Or backups, right? So if you're in a backup mode, there is no way you're going to a training because you're doing your work as well as your colleagues' work. And one of the changes we introduced as a result of the process was, instead of having one long day, to have 2 half days of trainings offered in the center, 1 week apart, so that even if you're in backup, usually it's a week or two, and you're able to take advantage of the training. And we would repeat every training twice, with the most popular trainings being able to extend the size of the room or to add more spaces in case the training got filled up. So that's first things first. Our budget, we actually didn't have a budget. So we had cookies and coffee for the first round and pizzas for the trainers. We had about 30 trainers in the end. And I would love to tell you more about that, but let's keep it short this week. Let me know if talking about actual cases is interesting for you, and I'll be more than happy to share more, as I can talk about things like PDD for hours. So yeah, pizza budget, 300 participants, and then 700 participants. And these are two events that took place in March 2019 and September 2019. And also, if you are an L&D person or an HR person who right now is building programs for their participants, I would be happy to take a look at what you're doing and to talk through some of the questions you have, to coach or consult. So if you're interested, please reach out, and you can book a 30-minute call or a get to know me session in my LinkedIn profile. These videos are so cool, and thank you for being around, and thank you for being so supportive. So if you want to know more about the cases I was doing, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll go back to the theoretical and the training design. Ciao, ciao. Have a nice weekend.